Hello everyone. I had a problem with the first live stream. It died out, so I'm starting again. I'm going to sharpen a kitchen knife, but before I do, I just want to mention that it's usually not the tool, but the tool holding the knife or the tool that's the problem. That being said, it's been taking more effort for me to cut with my knives. I probably don't use them properly to begin with, like a chef would, but I'm pretty sure they need to be sharpened. The knife sharpener I use is in the description. So after the video, if you want to take a look to see how much it costs or whatever the case may be, you can do that. So let's get started, and we'll see what goes on. So here's the knife. You've probably seen me use this. I've never tried cutting paper with it, but okay. I'm just cutting paper with a little bit of effort. So, okay. Not doing a good job. Whether I'm using the right is another question. This is the knife sharpener I bought on eBay. Sorry, Amazon. How dare I say such a thing? So here it is. Basically, it's got a handle you can hold. You hold it against the surface, and it's got a rubbery pad stick. And there's a couple of sharpening surfaces. This one has a metal in it, and this will actually take material off your knife. This is if your knife has dings or whatever, and you need a good sharpen. And you only have to do this, a few times, 3 to 6 times maybe. This side here is more like a ceramic sharpener. So if you're using your knife all day long, you wouldn't use this and this and this and this. You would sharpen it and then just use this, every couple hours or something if you're using it all day. The other thing it has right here, if you notice, is this stone here, and it has a jig. So you could actually sharpen, let's say, a pair of scissors with it. So if you were to open a pair of scissors, if you could imagine, you would, I got the wrong side here, but you would sharpen the blade across that and get yourself a nice sharp surface. The next thing here is this little groove here. And from what I could tell from the pictures, sharpening little hooks and things like that, like fishing hooks or whatnot, I guess. So there's that. So now that you've seen it, again, I'll show you it cutting paper, or the attempt to. And it will do it with a little bit of effort. But I'm curious if I could see if I could get that sharper than that. Hi, Janet. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll probably do something stupid when I'm swiping this knife, so I'm putting this here so I don't damage the countertop. But basically, you want to hold this here, and again, this is the stone, which will do a coarse cut, and it'll set the angle, and this is just to kind of polish it up. So it's possible I could just get away with this side, but you want to make sure you do even strokes here. So I don't know if I can show you that easy enough here. You don't want to do one of these. You want to just hold it so that the arm or the handle is level with it, and you just do some full strokes. So let's do a couple of full strokes here. And you don't want to go back and forth. Some you're supposed to. Now, as I go back, I can feel some of the chips and everything in here. In fact, now I can see them. So I'm going to go back a couple more times. And it feels better. I'm going to do one more time just in case. Okay. I could tell that looks shinier and sharper already. Now I'm going to use the ceramic portion of this and do that 5 or 6 times. And again, going straight back from end to end and level. This feels nice now. Yeah, that feels really good. And look at that. I mean, I don't think you can appreciate how that blade looks in this video. But if you go back to play it, you'll see how I cut the paper before. So let's try the paper now. Okay, what I see is it's definitely cutting better here, not so much here. So let's go through the sharpener again. I'm gonna go through the grinding process to make sure, because I can feel, and you don't have to put a lot of pressure. They say, you know, light to medium. And let's go through this again. Once I get this blade set, I'll very rarely use the stone itself. I'll just continue to use the ceramic. Straight, steady pulls. All right, that looks good. Let's go back to the paper here. I'm going to start on a new side so it's easier to grip this. Well, it's definitely sharper. That's for sure. I don't know if it's tons sharper. Maybe I should fold up the piece of paper because it's flexing. Yeah, that's better. That's nice. Yep, much better. All right, that's one knife. I'm going to wipe this down. I'm going to grab my other knife. And we want to make sure we wipe down this knife because there's going to be particles on it, no doubt. I'm going to set this aside. And this is a knife, came with, I got one of those, it looks like a knife butcher block, and it came with like 6 steak knives and 4 other knives and a pair of meat scissors. And I only paid 15 bucks for it on clearance like 15 years ago. See that? Nothing. Nothing with this knife. So this should be hopefully a good test. All right. Let's see. I'm going to do with the coarse blade first. Going to start all the way back. Almost sounds like a chalkboard. Ooh, that hurts the ears. And I can feel now I don't feel those rough edges anymore. All right, I can see it's got a coarse edge now on it. Now we're gonna clean it up with the finishing stones, the ceramic, I guess it is. Now this puts a certain angle on the blade. I don't know if it's proper for this knife, but it can't be worse than it has been. And they say the stone turns black, the ceramic, excuse me. And that's normal, that's just all the material rubbing off. Now I am pulling the blade back at a slight angle instead of keeping it straight because the blade curves. I don't know if that matters or not, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, let's wipe this blade clean. See how it feels when I wipe the tissue. There is still like some rough edges on it, so I'm going to go a couple more times. Yep, that feels better. All right. Let's turn this piece of paper around. Now, if you remember, it wouldn't even cut through this right here. Let's see now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. I need something better to grip onto here. Now the paper's too thick. All right. I'm sure properly sharpened and used by the right person, you should yep, just that was a tear. but it is cutting the paper better. If you saw what it did here, you would see that. It probably needs a little bit more support. In a second, I'm going to grab another knife and another piece of paper. Okay, and it's doing better. Let's grab another knife and another piece of paper. Okay, got my next knife. Next piece of paper, I should say. Let's get the next knife. Okay, this is similar to this knife as far as shape goes. Let's see if this will cut. It's more like tearing. Okay, let's sharpen this one. Again, we're going to go through the coarse stone first. I can see material coming off on the countertop, so I'll have to make sure I get that right. And now we're going to go to the ceramic stone. And I'm looking at the edge here. Doesn't look as shiny as the bigger knife did, but that doesn't mean anything. I do see it looks a little coarse now, and this will give it that fine edge. And I'm following the directions for this particular sharpener. Some of the sharpeners, they talk about going back and forth, but this one they say straight pulls back. And towards the end, it is feeling a little bit rougher. I'm not sure if that's just the blade itself or the way I'm doing this. But it's starting to feel nice now. Okay, let's wipe that off. You can definitely see some material there. I don't know if it's from the stone or not. Let's grab this by the edge, like we did before, and see what happens. Alright, a little bit. Let's see a different part of the knife. Okay, the back half of the knife is working better than the front half. The back half. Grab a new piece. Okay, let's try to sharpen this up a little bit more. Or fine-tune it, I should say. I can feel this edge of the knife. It feels a little more jagged as I pull it through. Some of these knife sharpeners, they talk about going 20 strokes or something like that. But most of it I see say no, like 3 to 6 strokes on each metal or on each surface. Okay. See, that looks silverish, and the material inside there is like a ceramic coat of some sort, or ceramic. Okay. Let's try this from the back again as we did. See, this is really thin paper. It's not even standard 20-pound. Okay, that worked well. Let me just get it close, my hand close. Okay, now let me start halfway to see if that's any better. Okay, yeah, it's a little better. A little tearing still, but before it wouldn't even do it. Ooh, tearing. Okay. All right, so let's test something out here now. Let's test it against food. What do we got here? Wipe down the counter a little bit. Make sure there's none of that material there. Just grabbing a small potato and and I don't want to dirty a plate, so I'm just gonna put this in like that. And we'll see. This is the knife I've been using against most of my food. So let me see. Oh yeah, what a difference! I could tell going through with this potato. With the potato, I was going down. I was kind of like making big clunking noises. Let me go forward. Yeah. I bet you if I had it on a cutting board, it would even be easier because the napkin's sort of giving way. Oh, this potato needs a little help. Part of it's a little funky looking. So let me toss these ends here. Now that we have these big potato pieces here, why don't we go to that second knife I had? Again, wipe that off. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to break out the cutting board. It's not worth trying to figure out if this is going to work or not. It's trying to avoid dirtying stuff up, but not happening. Let's see. So it is cutting, definitely cutting knife, much nicer. I don't know if I sharpen the knife properly or even if I'm using a knife properly. I'm not a chef, I just grab a knife and start cutting. Let's grab that third knife I had here. This one doesn't seem to cut as much, but it doesn't have the weight of those other blades. It's like this one has some weight behind it. How nice that cuts. And this one, you know what though, this still doesn't cut as nice as this, I forget what kind of knife this is. My brother graciously got it for me as a gift. But it seems to cut nice. Let me see. Oh, this cuts so nice now. Let me see. Okay. So, this is a better knife altogether. This knife probably costs more than that whole butcher block knife kit costs. It appears to be a little bit thinner, or a lot, not quite twice as thick. This is almost twice as thick, so I don't know. Well, now I have to make myself some French fries, but I'm guessing that nobody wants to see me make and eat French fries, right? That would be kind of torturous. La Solera, am I pronouncing that correctly? Sorry, I just saw you pop on right now. La Solera? Where are you from? I really like this knife now. Cuts so much better. Wow. It's the right tool for the job, right? So I'll probably end up making some French fries or something. Let me see how thin I can get this to cut. Wow, this is awesome. Holy cow. I have an onion I need to cut, but I really don't want to cut it now, to be honest with you. I would never be able to cut that with this before I sharpened it. Let me see. Japan, but I'm in US. Well, welcome. Holy cow, this knife cuts nice now. I better be careful I don't injure myself. Maybe I'll like make my little potato blocks, cook them up, and I can make them for tomorrow's breakfast, you know, to make another breakfast bowl. Let's see. See how nice and easy that cuts? See this one? Yeah, that one doesn't cut as nice. Let's see the smaller one. Again, this metal is thicker than that other one. Yeah, I think I just... Wow, this knife works great. Never worked this well before. You probably have seen me use this knife to cut potatoes in the video if I wasn't using the crinkle knife. Wow. I'm gonna finish cutting these up. Are you here permanently? Are you visiting, school, anything like that? Trying to think what time zone you might be in. Are you 1 or 2 hours off? I'm thinking to myself. Permanently. Good for you. I hope you're enjoying it. Now, how long have you been in the States? Have you been here a long time? I always ask questions of where people are and stuff on these live chats. It's since I work from home now, I don't get the human interaction I used to with work. So, you know, this is the majority of my conversations are on these live chats. Wow. Okay, so you've been here long enough. How's the weather in Oregon? This is fantastic though. I was worried, but let me see. Awesome. I am in Massachusetts, originally from Waltham, so near Boston. That's the one place everybody knows, right? Is Boston and New York. Now I'm curious. Here's some full-length ones I haven't cut. I'm gonna grab the big one, and I apologize. I didn't realize I had forgot to put the camera back up. So here I'm gonna just see how slow and lazy that is. Even though I sharpened it, it's better than it was. But nothing compared to this knife. Just goes right through it now. I apologize, I had the camera up. It is 6:59, so yes. I'm worried I'm going to cut my hand. This is awesome. Sorry. It's not often you get something that actually works the way it's supposed to, right? Alright, it's surprising. I've been on this call for 22 minutes now. I hope everybody has seen what's gone on, and I apologize I didn't have the camera pointing down. But that being said, I'm going to cut up some more potatoes so you can see the knives again for those of you who are not. Now you will be able to see this replay in about an hour. I got my Presto waffle maker today. Oh, that's awesome. Did you see it on my show? Was it the Belgian waffle maker or the bowl or something different? Okay, I'm going to try the small one. It cuts, but still not as good as that other one now. Now let's see this. Holy cow, look at that go right through. Alright. I know it's a knife sharpener, it's supposed to sharpen knives, but who would have thunk? Potato down, get to rinse it. Awesome. So you got the Presto. So I think I asked, did you get the Belgium or the bowl Belgium maker? Cut off some of these ends that don't look healthy. I didn't get these potatoes that long ago. I have several videos out. I have one with the Presto Belgium waffle maker, and I got a couple with the bowl. One I did for Taco Tuesday, and one I did live a couple days ago. Was it a couple days ago? It was more than a couple days ago. Still got some not so good spots. The regular one. Awesome. That's a good one. I tell you. You look at these Belgian waffle makers, they cost, good ones, $135, but if you don't use it a lot, there's no reason to spend that much money. Alright, I'm worried about cutting this way, but since it's sharper, maybe it's actually safer. Yeah, look at that. Like I said, I think I'm making a breakfast bowl tomorrow, folks. Oh, were you the one who asked me the question on YouTube today? Someone had asked me what if I had the new or the old version with the ceramic. And I forget the name of the person, but I'm getting, yep, that was you. All right. So it's good I remembered, although it wasn't that long ago. If I already forgot, then I'd be questioning my sanity here, right? Have you gotten to use it yet? Do you know how well the ceramic... I'm curious as to why they switched to a ceramic surface. That's kind of interesting. You know, I think maybe people are getting frustrated with these Teflon coatings that they're not lasting like they should. Waffle dinner, excellent. Yeah, there's a lot of breakfast for dinners out here, right? A couple of more dead ends here. Cut those off. I'll be jealous if the ceramic one is better than mine. One thing is, I noticed it went up $5 in price. Now, I bought mine several years ago, so I don't know if there's a difference now. It's more expensive because of the ceramic, or just because I got it on a deal when I bought it. So I bought it for $35, like I said, and I think it's $40 now. This still looks good. Hey, Mary Poppins. You're catching the tail end. I was just talking about this sharpener I bought. I know my knife sharpened too much, so I wasn't sure if I just didn't know how to use the knife or it actually had a problem, but this knife right here that I use to cut most of my stuff, potatoes and onions and whatnot, it's like a dream now. And I cut these all up. I almost want to cut up more potatoes just because. So right now, I got all these potatoes, and I'm gonna season those up to make like potatoes for my breakfast bowl for tomorrow. I'm debating whether I want to cook them now or put them in water and leave them in water for the morning to cook them up. That's awesome. So maybe instead of the hash brown bowl, which was awesome, not for nothing, I'll have to decide what I want to make the bowl out of tomorrow. Very good. Okay. All right, let's make sure I didn't miss anybody. Jim, did I miss you again? Then I was talking to La Saladra. La Salara. And I might have missed you again, Jim. I think I did that to you this morning. That was not intentional. I promise. So we got Janet, La Salara, and Jim, and Mary Poppins. Yeah, $39. Yeah, so it did go up compared to, but that I don't know if that's because of the different surfaces or if it's just been so many years and I got mine on special or something like that. So here we go. Question is, who wants to see me cook these now or wait till tomorrow morning's breakfast? I still haven't had dinner, so I'm debating what I want to do. Mr. Krasker catching the tail end of this. I gotta figure out why it's not allowing you to go backwards to see what I have already taped on this live stream. It's supposed to allow you to go back. I don't know if it's because I'm not a monetized channel or whatever, but it's kind of annoying. I'd like for people to be able to do that. So I'll show you. I just sharpen my knives. This one, it's not cutting as nice. They're thicker knives, but when I grab over to this knife that I sharpened, it's like boom, boom, boom. Look at that. I think with these being smaller, what's going to be nice is they're going to hold a lot of flavor. There's more sides, an extra side to get flavor on that. It's now allowing to go backwards. Oh, that's good. I wonder if it's you have to have so much time in it before it happens. Or maybe I got monetized while I was on the phone. Who knows? For me, like I said, it was never about any money. I enjoy doing this. I'll provide it on my channel at some point. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know. At the end of a stream a couple of days ago, I asked someone or a few people to go back, and they said it would not allow to go back. So I'm actually pretty happy, but you probably, I would think some people might want to be live regardless because they don't want to miss asking some questions. Oh, somebody's having ice cream. I have a new dessert bowl I'm going to be working on. I got the stuff to make it, but I think it's a little too late and I haven't had anything to eat. And I was really debating making my donut-shaped burger, onion wrapped in bacon thingamahoogie, but if I start that now, it's not going to be ready for another hour or two, and I don't know if I can wait that long. What spice are you going to use now? For these potatoes, I'd really like to at least rinse these. I'd really like to soak them, to be honest with you. But would it upset you terribly if I waited till tomorrow to cook them? I'm going to soak these in water and leave them in water, I think, because that way they won't turn brown, and put them in the fridge. What do you think? Or do you want me to cook them now? Let me get these in a bowl to at least start rinsing them. Okay. I really think these potatoes need to soak. I know you'd like to see me make and eat them, but I'll do that in the morning. Get this on here. Well, make sure that you can see my face. And that should work just about right there. So, this knife sharpener, I bought it at Amazon. It works. I don't know if it works as it should. I thought it might have been a little better, but I think I came to realize that these blades are twice as wide as this blade. And this blade, it cuts incredible now. So it wasn't all the tool, it was a little bit of the tool that was the problem. And I can see some shards in here of the metal. So I'm going to have to read if you can rinse this out, because I don't want to leave this laying around anywhere where metal particles can be. So unfortunately, no instructions. So I probably will just rinse it out and just make sure it gets dried out. Anyway, well, everyone, thanks again for joining me. This has been, I gotta tell you, this last week and a half, whatever it's been, to doing the live, everybody's been great. Everybody's been talkative, and I really appreciate it. I love to interact with the audience. So tomorrow morning, you're gonna catch me making some different breakfast. I'll make another breakfast bowl perhaps, because I think I only did that. I'm trying to remember if I did that live or not. It's just escaping me for some reason. Someone will probably chime in and tell me. What's my, yeah, okay, that's an old one, old message there. So anyway, again, I appreciate you watching. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. You can search for knife sharpener in the description. I already put that in there before the show if you want to take a look at it. Again, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. To me, it makes a lot of difference. Hit the notification bell so you know when I put out a new video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Take care. Soap these in some water. Thank you, Leslie. Take care of yourself. I appreciate it. I almost forgot.